Well, Nick, my name is Don McDoogle. I'm the Regional Manager Europe for the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. And as usual, we've got a sizable stand at World Travel Market because it's an important show for us to meet the European travel trade, but particularly the UK travel trade.
And you've actually got a specific campaign that you're rolling out at the moment, 2008, £1 million campaign. Can you tell us more about that, please, Don?
Yeah, it's going to be a multifaceted consumer campaign backed up by some trade advertising just to stimulate awareness about the three Cayman Islands. We have enjoyed a sustained growth over the last 2 years in terms of business, but we're still working on the basis that not many people have heard of the Cayman Islands, and we want to really put out a bit of intrigue there so that people will actually come and look at our website and find out a bit more about the website. Find out a bit more about the islands, and through that make some bookings to come down to the islands.
And this campaign, well, how are you actually using the money, and what are you actually doing with it in terms of tour operators, promotions, those kind of things?
Well, the campaign itself is going to be based, the consumer campaign will be built on print advertising, radio advertising with Classic FM. We're doing a lot of clever work with microsites and web search engine work. But the bottom line is it's going to stimulate growth, which will go through the travel trade. We work very closely with a number of major tour operators, but equally we have Gillian Young, a sales executive who spends most of her time on the road talking to travel agents and training them about what the islands have to offer. That's then backed up by a more in-depth training program online. And the ultimate, we also have a fam trip program to get as many agents out as possible in a year to experience it firsthand. So it's the combination of these things. We're going to stimulate consumer interest, get them to go to their local travel agent or through their friendly tour operator to make the booking to come and see us.
And can you tell me more about some of the things you're focusing on in terms of adventure tourism and specifically the environment? Are there some elements you're actually focusing on in terms of tourism?
Oh yeah, I mean, the environment is very, very important to the Cayman Islands. Sustainable tourism as well. In terms of the government-led initiatives, for many years now, the government has introduced fairly strict environmental laws in terms of, for example, marine environment. We have marine parks where everybody involved in the dive and snorkeling industry not only know the rules and regulations, but they embrace them themselves because they see that the future of the coral reefs is their future in terms of their business. So all of that is started at government level, but it's passed on right through the industry, through to the visitors who come. And I think, you know, companies like the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, they've got their tourism ambassadors of the environment program, where it started out as being a gentle introduction to kids, to families, to kids particularly, about the importance of the environment. And it's become so popular now it's open to adults as well. So it's private sector as well that are doing this, not just government. We've got a new brewery. You can now drink local beer called K-Brew. And the brewery, which has actually been funded, initiated by a guy from Britain actually, but he's put in the latest technology from Germany in brewing terms. But he's also brought for the first time a recycling plant for the bottles. So, you know, less importation of glass, it gets recycled, there's a local refund structure in place for people to return the bottles to encourage them to do so. And also, for example, you might not know it, but to brew your pint of beer takes 15 pints of water. So a lot of that water is going to be recycled to irrigate the local botanic park. And other byproducts of brewing will go out to foodstuffs for farming. So again, just another small example as to how private sector initiatives can support the whole government aspect of sustaining the environment.
And new developments going forwards in terms of increased airlift, increased hotel rooms, what can we expect going forward 2007, 2008?
Well, in 2008, there's actually going to be quite a growth in accommodation in Cayman. It's mostly down the apartment route. We have some new developments will be taking place over the next 3 to 4 years from the hotel sector. In terms of airlift, we've already got very good airlift with 4 flights a week with British Airways. But Cayman Airways have just appointed a new representative in the UK, Lynn Morris, to work closer with the transatlantic carriers. And we will be opening up new one-stop routes via Kingston, with British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, and then on Cayman Airways down for the last 50-minute flight down to Cayman. So really, visitors will soon be able to go via Kingston, Havana. They can already go through Miami on a daily basis, or of course the direct service. So routes are improving all the time, and we're always working with British Airways to try and get them to put on more flights.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.